Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to week 4 of my London Marathon training series. We're getting towards the end of January now, so I'm getting more mindful that I need to start increasing my mileage. However, this week is a race week, so I'm going to need to balance my mileage with trying to feel fresh for Sunday's race. So before I talk about my goals for week 4, let's just have a quick recap of how week 3 went and where we're at, and then we can work out where the fitness is and where we can go moving into week 4. So at the end of week 3, I did 56 miles. My body weight was 70.5 kilos. My Strava fitness was 53. My longest run was 14 miles and no injuries, a clean bill of health. So the goals for week 4 is basically just to try and improve on some of those metrics. I'm not going to be able to improve on all of them because, as I said before, I've got a race coming up at the end of the week. So I just want to move my fitness up a bit, and the mileage probably won't be as high. Like I said, I'm going to try and balance getting my miles up with feeling fresh for Sunday's race. So perhaps the goals for this week is more quality over quantity. If I can get some decent training in and get the fitness levels up, then the mileage metric and the long run metric, they don't really matter. Just get the fitness up and the body weight down and stay injury free. I think those are my 3 goals for the week. So with all of that in mind, let's see how we got on. Monday starts with my usual run to work commute. It's 5.5 miles in, 5.5 miles out. The beauty of these is I get 11 miles done each day, and I'm home by 6 o'clock, so I have the whole evening free. So a bit bizarrely, I do more mileage than I ever do, and I have more spare time than I ever have. So it's a bit of a life hack, really, or a running hack. Tuesday is very much the same, another run commute. We've been so fortunate with the weather for the last 3 weeks. The mornings are really still. There have been some lovely sunrises. It's just really nice. It's just nice, easy running on the way to work at 7:30 pace. By the time I get to the office, I'm not sweating or anything. Just nice and easy, 7:30 pace, just building that base. Nice, easy miles, not getting injured. Just enjoying my running, really. And on mornings like this, you can see it's just such a lovely morning to run. So I'm enjoying it. On the way home, there was a bit of an issue. There seemed to be tractors on the Tark trail. They must have been cutting hedges back, but I was met with some lights, so that sort of halted things. So I had to find a bit of a different way back, but hey ho. And then on Wednesday, I mixed it up a little bit. I did a double workout, and workout at my lunch break and workout after work. So let's dive into that. So it's Wednesday lunchtime. I'm down here on the Tark trail. No run commute today because I got track later, and that's at 6, and we got our annual dinner after it, so I'll never be able to run home from work and get to track in time. So I've got the car, but I still want to do a double, so I'll do the track session later. So I'm on my lunch break doing a run, so I thought let's do an Ingebrigtsen. So we'll do a tempo session now at lunchtime, and then there'll be a faster sort of VO2 max effort later on at track. So the session I'll do today, and it's all about, I'd say, threshold pace, which is for me about 5:40, 5:45, something like that. But I'm going to have to ease into it because I've done a pitiful warm up, only about 7 minutes is a mile, a few drills, but I literally haven't got the time, so I just got to get straight into it. So it'll be 5 by a K with reducing recoveries, 2 minutes, 90 seconds, a minute, 30 seconds, just at threshold. So that's session 1, and then later on we'll do track. I suspect track session will be short tonight because it's like I said, it's our dinner afterwards, so we won't be beasted. So it'll probably be something like 8/400s or something like that. So hopefully I've always wanted to do an Ingebrigtsen session, like a double, but I've just never got around to it. So today is my opportunity. So we'll get some footage and see how we go. I've got a Spotify rock mix on the go for a bit of motivation. bit of rock set, Blink-182, Linkin Park, Eye of the Tiger. It's all on there. Rep 1 done, 3:42. I'm going on the market. Somebody's kindly marked things out on this Tark trail, so I'm going on that.
I assume it's accurate. But like I said, just warm up was pitiful, so I'm just going to roll into it. So just under 6 minute mile, and that was. And when I say threshold pace, there's going to be threshold effort. Threshold pace in a race with my alpha flies on and I'm all rested and ready to go is high 530s. I've got the hokers on today, I've got leg tights on, I've got a bum bag, my phone, I've got a long sleeve. So the comparable effort is probably 550, 545, something like that. So it's all on effort, not pace. But I'm sure it'll bite. Rep 2 done, 3:38, getting the pace down. It will never not feel weird talking to a camera while people are walking by. Rep 3 done, 3:36, getting past her. Only 60 seconds rest now. Heart rate's right up. Pace is probably just high 540s, something like that. Yeah, starting to feel productive now. 3:32 for rep 4. I've got 30 seconds now. I've got 10 left. God, that goes fast. And we go again. Last rep, come on. $3:36. Yeah, that was productive. Oh, now I need to get my backside back to work. Oh, I'm happy I've done that. I was umming and ahhing, can I be bothered? But I've done it now, so I'm happy. So a little set later on tonight, track club, and then out for dinner. Good day.
And then on Wednesday evening, we did some short, sharp track stuff. It was 600, 500, 400, 300, 200, 100, and then working all the way back up. The paces were about 430 to 440 per mile, so short and sharp. So good sort of VO2 max session on top of earlier's threshold session.
Today is Friday. Just doing an easy 30 minutes, 4 miles or so around the loop where I live, Sandy Lane, American Road area. Easy 30 minutes, then over to Mother's birthday today. So, and I got a race on Sunday. So, easy half an hour today. Maybe something easy tomorrow, because I still want to get my mileage up for the week, even though I got a race. And I might even have to do an easy run Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, just to get my miles up. No run commute today. Little lad's been unwell, so I needed to make sure I had the car in case I need to go and help pick him up or something. And no run commute Thursday, because I work from home, because I've had a brand new bed delivered and she's a beauty, super king. But I had to be there because it had to get through a 5-foot gap and the bed's 6.5 foot. So I was a bit nervous it wasn't going to go, but luckily it's gone. So that's that done. And as we know, marathon runners, you got to have your decent sleep, so why not invest in an amazing bed? So that's what I've done. They've put out a weather warning for Sunday's race. There's a storm hitting the country. So far it's still going ahead, but they said they're going to make a decision late Saturday. So if it doesn't go ahead, I'll do a long run instead. And if it does go ahead, I'll obviously run it and then do some miles in and around it as well to make up a long run. Although as racing, you've got to keep that mileage high for the marathon. And because it's a race, I've got the old beetroot juice in. That's my new thing now. Done it for the last couple of races and felt great. Might just be a placebo thing, but have a whole carton of beetroot juice in the lead up to a race. I'm not too sciencey, but I think it transports nitrates and red blood cells around the body, giving you better endurance. Seems to work, but like I said, could just be a placebo thing.
Saturday was a day off, and then Sunday was race day. Now, I had all the best intentions in the world of doing a race vlog, and I did start off doing it, but the weather was absolutely atrocious, and I had basically water in my camera, I had mud everywhere. I took my camera out, there was mud in it. I took some video footage and there was drips on the lens, and basically it was a complete disaster. So I decided to sort of jack that off. The race itself was okay. It was, a storm had hit and it was like 50-mile-an-hour winds, double raindrop on the BBC weather app, just absolutely atrocious weather. Just talking to a few people, I don't think anybody really wanted to be there. And if I'm perfectly honest, there was meant to be a sort of a last-minute call on the weather on Saturday evening, whether they're going to call it off or not. And I was sort of secretly a little bit gutted that it wasn't called off, because when I got down, I didn't want to do it. I walked down there, I was absolutely soaked. I changed my gear, did my warm-up, got drenched again, and then did the race, got absolutely drenched. And, you know, normally after a race, after the finish, I'll stop and chat to a few people. But by the time I crossed the line, I literally just carried on running and went back to my car, got into some warm gear and put the heaters on for about half an hour. And it was just freezing cold. I did get 7th place. My time was 59:54. Here is the medal. So that's quite nice. And I got first vet 40. So I got a small trophy for that. But like I said, the weather was absolutely atrocious. I gave it a good effort, and running, it was okay. Once you're into it, you sort of forget about the weather. But I was so cold. I don't think I've ever been as cold. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I haven't been as cold and as miserable doing a race as I just wanted to go home. Just, you know, when you're just thinking, I just don't want to be here. But they were good enough to put the race on, and I signed up. So I'll be true to the word and turn up. But I was glad it was over, to be honest. So as I wrap up the week, the stats for the week were as follows. My mileage this week was 48.5. As expected, it was a bit lower. I perhaps wanted maybe 50, maybe 55, but I had a lot going on and I wanted to freshen up for the race. So 48.5, that's not too bad. I'll take it. I'll kick on next week, but it's all right for this week. My body weight was 70 kilos exactly. I took that just before the race, so that's come down half a kilo, so that's good. My Strava fitness has gone up to 76, so 73 last week, so it's gone up 3, so again, that's heading in the right direction. These are just small incremental things. If I can increase every single week, by the time the marathon comes at the end of April, I should be in good shape. My long run, well, to be honest, it was the 10-mile race and the 2-mile warm-up. I didn't do a cool down because it was so wet and horrible. I basically had, well, what can only be described as nappy rash, like between my thighs. Basically, the water had just been, I was soaked through, and the water was just chafing the inside of my thighs, and they were pretty red raw, and I just didn't want to run anymore, so I didn't, basically. And then injuries, well, No injuries as such. Like I said, I do have a bit of sort of redness on the inside of my thighs, and it's still quite painful now 24 hours on. It's just basically my shorts were soaking wet and they were just rubbing against my thighs, and it's just uncomfortable. So, but no real injuries. My calf is holding out just fine, so I'm really happy with that. So, kicking on then for next week, I should, all being well, have a really good week. I'm going to try and hit some high mileage. And once the week is over, we'll be in February, and then things start to get a bit real. I'm thinking, right, okay, we're only like 12 weeks away now, so I really need to knuckle down. So I want to start getting into at least 65 miles a week, maybe pushing 70, and then maybe getting into the 80s, but we'll see how the body reacts. Anyway, guys, that's a wrap for this week. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this content and you want to see more, please like and subscribe to the channel. And please leave some comments. I'm always happy to get back to you if you've got anything to discuss. Thank you guys for watching.